My name is Conor McGregor and I live in Lucan. I'm a professional MMA fighter with a record of 4-1. I'm an up-and-coming fighter, and without a doubt you will see me on the UFC in the near future, without a doubt.
What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. They say Ireland is a land of saints and scholars, a small island on the edge of Europe with a heart bigger than its map. The land of warriors, the Fighting Irish. This isn't just a college nickname, it's famously known for representing underdog tenacity, grit, and Irish pride. While some were happy just to be invited to the game, some plumber's apprentice from Dublin 12 decided that just being there wasn't enough. Conor McGregor didn't just enter the world of combat sports, he shattered the windows on the bus and redefined what it means to be Irish on the global stage. He took the tricolour from the local pubs to the rafters of Madison Square Garden. He showed a generation that it doesn't matter where you start, it's about the audacity to believe you belong at the top. Because of him, the world knows. This is a St. Patrick's Day tribute to the man who changed the game, the culture, and the country forever. November 12, 2016. Madison Square Garden was far from a regular stadium that night. It was an Irish colony. We start our countdown chronologically in order at number 5, with the moment Conor McGregor didn't just show up, he showed out. Up until this point, the UFC had never seen a dual weight champion. People said the weight cut would be too much, or that Eddie Alvarez's wrestling would be the Notorious kryptonite. They were wrong. Conor stepped into the octagon looking like a man possessed. His movement was fluid, his left hand was a sniper rifle, and his confidence was at an all-time high. When that final left hook landed and Alvarez hit the canvas, the world shifted. Conor stood atop the cage, a belt on each shoulder, draped in the tricolour. It was the absolute peak of his athletic career. But it wasn't just about the gold, it was about the quote that followed.
I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. The double champ does what the fuck he wants. Honesty.
That moment defined the modern era of combat sports. He proved that through sheer force of will, an apprentice plumber from Crumlin could become the undisputed king of 2 divisions. This wasn't just a win for Conor, it was a win for every dreamer in Ireland watching a local boy conquer the world. It's the foundational stone of his legacy and the reason he remains the biggest face in the history of the sport. So what do you do when you've conquered the cage? You go after arguably the greatest boxer of all time in his own backyard. Number 4 is the money fight, the ultimate display of Irish audacity.
That's it! That's it! There's about $5 grand in here! There's about $5 grand in here! Me! Just now you do something with that flag, you ain't getting this bag or this money back, and I'm gonna you up on this stage!
In 2017, the world thought Conor McGregor had lost his mind. He was a 0-0 professional boxer challenging Floyd "Money" Mayweather, a man who had never been solved in 49 professional fights. The sports media called it a circus, the boxing purists called it a joke, but Conor, he called it a payday. The world tours were legendary, the custom pinstripe suits, the trash talk in London and Toronto, and the sheer belief that an MMA fighter could land that one knockout to end a legacy. When the bell finally rang, Conor defied the odds again. For the first few rounds, he actually made Floyd look human. He landed more punches on Mayweather than many Hall of Fame boxers ever did. Though he didn't get the win, he won the war of manifestation. He walked away with a reported 9-figure check, proving he could walk into any sport and instantly become the biggest show in it. He bridged the gap between MMA and the mainstream, showing the world that an Irish fighter didn't need to stay in his lane. He owned the lane. You've seen him fight with his fists, but at number 3, we look at how he fought for a seat at the table in an industry dominated by centuries-old giants. This is the rise of Proper Number 12. In 2018, Conor launched Proper Number 12 Irish Whiskey and approached it the same way he approached fighting, with relentless promotion.
Proper 12! Proper Irish whiskey from a proper Irish. That's what I'm talking about. I came here to have a buzz with this. I almost didn't get the glass, I almost didn't get the bottle into the arena. I anticipated that. I anticipated that they weren't going to let me in with me big bottle, so I had a little slide bottle brought in. You know, yeah. tricks up me back pocket all over the gaff.
He went to the oldest distillery on the island and worked to create a blend that represented his roots in Dublin 12. He carried the bottle everywhere, press conferences, interviews, celebrations, it didn't matter. The launch was pure chaos. Stores across Ireland and the US were sold out in hours. They had to put security guards on the whiskey aisles. It was a masterclass in brand building. While other athletes were doing simple endorsements, Conor was building an empire. He leveraged his Notorious persona to disrupt a market that hadn't seen a shakeup like this in decades. Fast forward to 2021, and Conor oversaw a majority stake sale of the brand worth a staggering $600 million. He proved that he wasn't just a fighter, he was a mogul. He changed the blueprint for what an athlete can achieve outside of their physical prime. He was not going to settle for a piece of the pie, he wanted the whole bakery. Proper number 12 is the reason McGregor is now synonymous with Irish business success on a global scale.
This is a direct competitor to Jameson. I am coming to take over the whiskey business.
Conor McGregor has always been a showman, but in 2024, he took that energy to the big screen. Number 2 is his record-breaking Hollywood debut in Roadhouse.
Now you got a big-ass problem, bucko.
No shit. First off, I'm gonna need more than 3 sandwiches.
I wasn't done talking.
Actually, that's where you're wrong, lad.
When it was announced that Conor would star alongside Jake Gyllenhaal in a remake of the cult classic Roadhouse, people wondered if he could actually act. But the moment he appeared on screen as the chaotic Knox, all doubts vanished. He brought a high-octane, terrifying energy that practically jumped off the screen. The movie became a massive hit for Amazon MGM Studios, breaking viewership records and proving that Conor's star power transcends the octagon. He became the highest-paid debut actor in history, reportedly pulling in over $5 million for the role. But more importantly, he showed his versatility. He proved he could pivot from being a world-class athlete to a legitimate movie star. His performance was raw, funny, and physically demanding. It opened up a whole new chapter for his career, ensuring that even if he never fights again, he'll be a fixture in global pop culture for years to come. Ireland has produced many great actors, but none have ever made an entrance into Hollywood quite like the Notorious one. And finally, at number 1, we look at the future. Conor McGregor isn't just a player anymore, he's the owner. His investment into the bare knuckle fighting championship is the ultimate power move. In April 2024, Conor sent shockwaves through the combat sports world by announcing he was now a part owner of BKFC. This wasn't just a PR stunt. McGregor has been a constant presence at their events, jumping into the ring, promoting their fighters, and bringing a level of eyes to the sport it had never seen before. This transition from the fighter to the promoter is the final evolution of his career. He is essentially becoming the next Dana White, a mogul who controls the narrative and the platform. By putting his name and his money behind bare knuckle, he's legitimizing a raw, gritty version of combat that reminds many of the early days of the UFC. This move ensures his legacy is permanent. He's no longer just a name on a poster, he's the man holding the pen. He is shaping the future of combat sports and providing a massive platform for the next generation of Irish fighters to showcase their skills. Conor McGregor changed Ireland by showing us that we don't just participate, we take over. Conor McGregor was never just about winning belts. He gave a nation a new sense of belief. He took the fighting Irish stereotype and turned it into a global standard for excellence, grit, and absolute fearlessness. From the octagon to the boardroom and all the way to the big screen, Conor proved that a kid from Crumlin could dream bigger than the world ever thought possible. Not only did he change the sports landscape, he changed the Irish psyche. He showed us that we don't have to wait for permission to lead. We don't have to apologize for our success, and we certainly don't have to settle for good enough. Whether you're a fan of the fighter, the mogul, or the man, there is no denying the impact. He carried the tricolor to heights it had never reached before, and in doing so, he cleared a path for the next generation of Irish dreamers to follow. Ireland is a different place today because one man had the courage to say he was going to take over, and then he went out and did exactly that.
Happy Paddy's Day, America!
Mystic Mac is still here, and the legacy is still being written, but I want to hear from you. Which of these 5 accomplishments do you think defines Conor's career the most? Is it the double champ status or his move into the world of business? Drop a comment below and let me know your favorite Notorious moment. If you enjoyed this tribute, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe for more videos and deep dives. Like, check out our video on 10 real superhuman powers science struggle to explain. Until next time, stay notorious.
Dana, 60 G's, baby!